All right, now we're heading into Ringo Starr's only solo lead vocal here. The title has me really intrigued since I first read it a couple of days ago. Octopus's Garden. No idea what to expect. Is it going to be psychedelic, crazy, rock, slow? I don't think it's going to be slow. Let's find out.
I'd like to be under the sea,
Mid-tempo.
in an octopus's garden in the shade. He'd let us in, knows where we've been, in his octopus's garden in the shade. I'd ask my friends to come and see an octopus's garden with me. I'd like to be under the sea, in an octopus's garden in the shade. We would be warm below the storm, in our little hideaway beneath the waves, resting our head on the seabed, in an octopus's garden near a cave. We would sing and dance around, because we know we can't be found. I'd like to be under the sea, in an octopus's garden in the shade. We would shout and swim about the coral that lies beneath the waves. Oh, what joy for every girl and boy, knowing they're happy and they're safe. We would be so happy, you and me, no one there to tell us what to do. I'd like to be under the sea, in an octopus's garden with you. In an octopus's garden with you. In an octopus's garden with you.
Another interesting one. So much water elements. We'll talk about that, but got some country vibes. It was fun. It was lively. The flow was perfection. Mimicked the sea perfectly. They added so many great elements that, reminded you of the sea, kind of put you in the sea in your head. And so it was done perfectly. Just like the last one, very lively and fun, kind of in a different way though. Wow. Is this a companion song to Yellow Submarine? Don't know that song too well. Of course, I've heard it, but just thinking of the same thing because they're both aquatic related. I just love the sea images that were being evoked in my head. Plenty of that due to the lyrics and the sounds, of course. Is this an underwater love song? Again, wasn't really paying attention to all the lyrics, but I kind of got the vibe, I want to be underneath the sea in a garden with you, something like that. I don't know if they're two humans talking to each other in love, two octopuses in love. Wow. Anyway, just really interesting song. So many great flavors so far in this album. And such a classic Beatles chorus. They're known for their huge, iconic, strong choruses. This is another one of them. Wow, so memorable. But one of my favorite parts were those stuttering effects on the instruments to mimic being underwater. Then we got literal water bubble sounds. Just amazing. Put it all together. Every choice they made here made it a great underwater song or underwater love song, which maybe it is. Simply another great, unique stop on this iconic album journey. All right, back to John Lennon with I Want You, She's So Heavy.
She's so
The Doors territory.
She's so she's so won't you? Won't you so bad? Won't you? Won't you so bad? It's driving me mad. It's driving me. Oh, won't you? You know I want you so bad, babe. Oh, won't you? You know I want you so bad. It's driving me mad. It's driving me mad. Yeah. She's so.
This is a long song. We're not done yet. Was that intentional? I sure hope so. Wow. They did a pull me under move. Dream Theater, you know how that song abruptly stops? Well, I think that happened here. Again, I hope it's not a mistake. You guys can confirm, but there's no way this is the same band that released I Want to Hold Your Hand. Great song, of course, iconic, but so different. This just got darker and darker, but there was so many shades of bluesiness, funk, coolness. That ending, though, it built and built, got darker. I'm going to guess why as far as the lyrics. I'll talk about that with you guys, but insanely good. On its own, I'd probably give this at least a double platinum record award. So much happened here. It just kept going and going as I was looking at the time counter. I didn't realize that it was almost 8 minutes. An 8 minutes dark, insanely good Beatles song. Wow. Did not expect that. I guess I'm kind of glad that I didn't know there were any long songs on this album. Where to start? So many turns in this one. I love that. We get bluesy. We get a nice 70s groove. I thought we were just going to stay in that lane. The whole thing, of course, sounding very 70s. That's very appropriate. Sometimes songs are timeless, but this one just stayed in that lane. The 70s lane, but with many turns. I wrote down a hippie love song, ? It really sounded like it, at least in that first half. I love the warm, funky bass and organ happening, just enveloping the song, just carrying the song. But within those instruments, there was so much going on and so many changes, especially that organ. Several different tones. The bass was doing incredible things, just blown away. A lot of that reminded me of The Doors, like I said. The organ got huge. It was shouting in moments. Then it was warm and groovy in other moments. Incredible. The bass and the organ, clearly the stars here, along with John's insanely good vocals. And I'm 1,000,000% convinced that millions of people probably got high to this song. I mean, it lends itself so well to that. Not that I would know, but I can only imagine. As I was hearing its brilliance, I asked myself, how could John Lennon not like this song? According to what I read, he didn't like any of his songs on this album, so wow, I certainly love it. Amazing changes in locations, We're here and then we go over here, back and forth to like at least 3 or 4 different places. What a song. Then another top album shock. We get a huge scream by John this time. Never heard him do that. Didn't know he had that in him. But that whole end section, it was long. It just kept building, so dark. Kind of a do 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 do, whatever it was, just incredible. Kept repeating. I assume by the title that this is maybe an unrequited love song, so I felt that whole last section was just representing the inner depths of this narrator's despair, not receiving the love from her back. Maybe I'm totally wrong, but that's what I got out of it. It was never ending. His pain just kept going and going, just like the music kept going and going. It just lasted a long time, as if to say, the pain's never going to end. Just like in life, sometimes the pain goes on for years and years. Maybe you can let me know if I'm right at all about my interpretation of this song, especially that end section. Wow, blown away, and we still have a lot left.